Hey guys, this is another Hero Shop video, and I know I'm really late for this, sorry guys. I already reviewed this Heroes on the past video, but there's still people asking for me to keep making these videos, so I'll continue to make them, even though I'm repeating myself. However, I am going to do it a little bit different this time, so I'm going to actually talk about their awakenings right off the bat, so that I have never done that in past videos. So even though these are repeats, I'm still going to talk about them a little bit more. So, Garabeth, when she was released, she was like one of the most terrifying heroes in the entire freaking game. It's no joke, guys. I mean, Garabeth, even at +0, was a monster, a freaking monster. But now she's like a pussycat. She's literally like a little kitty. Nobody's afraid of her. And ever since Palmyra came in, she was actually completely overshadowed by Palmyra. Palmyra would use to one-shot her. However, she did get her weapon awakened at +3, and on defense, she is sometimes really scary, especially if she gets killed and then revived again. Oh my god, I've seen that fight. I've seen that fight when she gets revived and then she dies again. But her actual damage when she dies with her weapon at +3 is pretty scary. Some heroes get one shot, even if they're blue, so that's pretty powerful in that situation. So if you're thinking about getting her, she's not terrible. She's an amazing 5-star stone weapon holder and also bow holder and things like that, because she is a fast hero in that situation. So if you're starting off the game, you might want to use Garabeth, because the thing is that her awakenings, you can ignore all her awakenings. It's completely this one is a little good. It does give a little bit more power versus other enemies that are weaker than you. But after that, even this one, it's not really, it's her counterattack abilities that really, so even if you get her at +0, she may be useful on defense in that situation, but not so much. Palmyra actually destroys her now. But if you plan to awaken her weapons, it's pretty good, but as priority hero, I don't recommend getting Garabeth, sadly. Now, Mytus, on the other hand, this guy, oh my god. Ever since he was, it's pretty much the same story as Garabeth. Everybody used to use Mytus. He used to one-shot enemies in the past, if you can believe it. Now he doesn't really one-shot anybody, but he still has his incredible, disgusting ability to actually create shields to the entire freaking team at fast speed. And in certain teams, he doesn't even get overload. With his weapon, he doesn't even get overload, which is completely awakened. And, with Apollo +5 and him on the left going almost every single turn, creating shields, that is a pretty powerful combo, and pretty much he's a staple hero to be in the shield team. So yeah, he's a very powerful hero in general. His awakenings are not too amazing, just like many of the vanilla heroes, the very first heroes that were released for the game. Usually these are not really impressive, and also this one for defense is nice, but yeah, it's not too crazy. Well, this stack with his defense additional from his awakening, from his weapon, yeah, that is pretty scary in that situation, because he is gonna get a bunch of defense. But still, he's not gonna end the game or anything. But his ability to create shields is so useful. It's not even funny. Some people even use him with whip instead of his own weapon. So right off the bat, you get all the energy, and then he goes off. He's a fast hero, so he's an amazing whip holder for sure. So even if he's +0, he is going to be useful. So he's a very good hero to be used, and if you're free to play and cheap to play and things like that, and if you're playing higher level play, getting his weapon awakened is very powerful, especially if you get into +2, but +3 is pretty disgusting. I've seen fights in which I've lost just because Mytus gives so much defense to everybody that is shielded, and yeah, so it's pretty disgusting, guys. He's a pretty good hero. Unlike Garabeth, I think he's a very good option for you to choose if you don't have him. Although he was offered on the Hero Shop like for literally years in the game, so yeah. Probably you already have it, but if you're starting off the game, he's not a bad choice at all. Now, this guy, I mean, I cannot say anything bad about Elmyst. Elmyst is staple hero of the game. Ever since the game was created, up until this day, he is one of the best purple heroes in the entire game, bar none, he dispels when for each debuff he dispels, he creates more stones on the board. Very few heroes in the game create purple stones, and Elmyst is the best one by far. And his abilities are so disgusting. If you actually get him, you need to get his +1. This +1 helps him survive so much. Each time that his mana gets full, he gets 20% shield. So that's really freaking useful, really freaking powerful. His +3, it is useful sometimes when you get hit a lot and he gets his mana back and then he fills up in mana, but it's not so crazy. But his +5, oh my god, this +5 is so freaking powerful. It's not even funny, because the thing is that it lowers the attack and defense when he actually deals skill damage to the enemy. So this is, in many situations, it can be a game changer, because lowering attack, lowering defense, and if you're fighting in a fair fight, and I know in this world is with the artifacts and all that, so it's hard to tell which one is a fair fight. But if back in the day when you had the same level and you had Elmyst, that would change the game completely in that situation. But now, yeah, you know, but still, this debuff is really freaking powerful. Highly recommend to get him to +5 as soon as possible. Now, out of all these three heroes that I mentioned, Elmyst by far is the #1 option here, by far. If you don't have Elmyst, I don't know what you're doing. You got to get Elmyst as soon as possible, for sure. Now, for the second options, let's talk about this guy first, Zoser. Zoser, when he was released, he became the most OP yellow hero in terms of damage in the entire freaking game. And then Crowley came and took his place, and then it's a crazy show now, because there's a bunch of powerful yellow heroes that do a lot of damage. Some that you wouldn't even think about, like Zeus. Zeus in some teams, Zeus is the main damage dealer. Yeah, Roland, it's pretty crazy. Ruby, it's pretty crazy stuff in yellow. But Zoser, actually, ever since Crowley was released, has been used less and less. And the main reason is because he's a slow hero. That's the problem with him. But that doesn't mean he's not a powerful hero. He does when he's awakened, he does a lot of damage. Like every time he goes off, he gets 10% attack, to the point it gets to the point of a really long fight, especially versus bosses, it's going to be 70% more attack. So that's pretty crazy. And his +3 gives him 50% mana gain, so that actually helps fix the problem that he has in that situation with him being slow in that situation. So I think this is the actual sweet spot for him. And without this, he's so freaking slow. It's pretty disgusting. And the +5, I mean, no, you can actually get like a hero like Rebecca to actually put the debuff on the target, and then he goes off. And usually you're gonna need a hero that actually holds an energy weapon or the stone weapon, and Rebecca does that excellently. So you can put Rebecca, and you can leave him a +3 if necessary. And you can actually do so much damage. Remember that his skill, the enemy has the debuff, he attacks that target, the debuff is removed, and he gets 100% mana back. So he's able to hit 2 times in a row if it's necessary in that situation. So I still think that he's a very powerful hero. He's a very powerful contender to be on your second yellow team if you're playing high level play in that situation. He's not going to be like the #1 choice, but he's still a very powerful hero in my opinion. Just make sure to get him protected like a hero that gives him protection like Lorenzo, because he's pretty squishy. Do take into account, and his weapon is not exactly amazing, so choose a better weapon for him for sure in that situation. And this absolute monster of a hero, whoever of the developers decided to make this guy, I mean, I don't know what he was smoking, pun intended, when it actually was released, because this guy is fast. And not only he's fast, he's able to actually shroom an enemy. I mean, almost guaranteed. Remember, well, this ability doesn't work very well versus heroes that have shields. However, if it doesn't have any shields, it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna get shroomed. And if the enemy has damage share, everybody's gonna get shroomed if they don't have any shields. So it's pretty disgusting. By far, one of the most powerful heroes in the entire freaking game. even at plus freaking 0. You heard that. Even at plus freaking 0. Unlike all the heroes in the game, this guy has still stayed as one of the most powerful green heroes in the entire freaking game. This guy was shrooming enemies before stunning was a thing. I mean, yeah. But his awakenings is not something to come home. It's pretty much the same abilities as Mytus, really, for awakenings. Like, it's the same thing, but the last one. This +5 for Cathbad changes him so disgustingly. I mean, once you get him to +5, this guy shoots every turn. Shoot. What if he goes off 5 times? He's already fast. So at this point, lowering the mana by 50. That is very fast. I think even more faster than very fast in that situation. So when he actually goes off 5 times, so he's going to be shooting on the attack, on defense, everywhere. It's pretty amazing stuff, guys. So very powerful hero. One of the top picks for sure when you're buying heroes in the shop by far. And I do recommend you to get that +5. That +5 is pretty freaking disgusting. Yeah, very powerful stuff. Very scary stuff, guys. And last but not least, one of my absolute favorite heroes, this guy Jokul. The only reason why I don't say that he's the best blue hero in the game is because he's absolutely terrible on defense. But on the attack, this guy is an absolute monster. You see this giant right now so forcefully with his big ass arms and things like that. That's how exactly he is on the attack, man. His ability to actually break shields is so powerful and unique in blue. It's a must-have for me and in my blue team. I break the shields and then everybody else does all their damage, and it's pretty freaking disgusting. And the amount of damage that he does with his awakenings is so disgusting, guys. I mean, the +1, you got to get this +1 because it's going to power him up to 150%. And his +3, it is going to make him go off a little faster because he is average speed. So it's not going to make him fast, but it is pretty useful in that situation. At least he's not slow. And last but not least, this +5. I mean... This is one of the most powerful +5s for a blue hero. Check this out. The targeted enemy takes 400% of the original damage of... Oh my god. It's like hitting him 4 times. So freaking powerful. And this is so powerful that the Titans, like, they disappear when I use this guy. Bosses, they disappear when I use this guy. And usually when I hit somebody with this guy, they usually disappear. If there's only one target when I'm playing PvP, that target melts with Jokul right out the guys. Because remember that his ability actually divides when every single target is on the board in that situation. So yeah, very powerful hero. Highly recommend that if you're thinking, if you're needing a blue hero to actually raise the damage on your blue team, Jokul is an amazing option. And like every single hero that you actually can buy in the shop, all these you can get them to +5 through events. So this is a very powerful opportunity for you to actually get very powerful heroes and get them to +5. So the secret of the top guilds is they have a lot of heroes at +5, and you have to have +5 heroes to be able to be competitive in this game for sure, guys. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.